The best defense in the AFC. They are first in total defense. They are first against the rush. They are second against the pass.
As far as the offense is concerned for the Buffalo Bills, two keys. The first is time of possession. That offense simply keeps the football. The second is number 20, the rookie running back, Joe Cribbs.
I can tell you what Joe Cribbs will do for Ferguson, the quarterback. He takes a lot of pressure off of him. They've been looking for a running back in Buffalo since O.J. Simpson left. Now, he is the leading rusher in the AFC. He's the leading pass receiver for the Buffalo Bills.
When you think about the San Diego Chargers, of course, the first thing that comes to mind is their offense. That's what took them to the playoffs last year. Overlooked is the defense, and they have an awesome defensive line. They will use all 7 men.
That shows that they have great depth, Charlie. They will employ a 4-man defensive line, and they really put pressure on the quarterback. Right now, they're tied for first with most quarterback sacks. They have 16.
The San Diego offense, well, it starts with the main man, Dan Fouts.
Number 14, Fouts, is the man that makes them go. He has a great deal of confidence in his ability and the abilities of his teammates. He'll put that ball up in the air regardless of what down it is or where he is on the field.
And also, the San Diego Chargers have a new team member this week. They acquired him in a trade from New Orleans, Chuck Muncie.
They hope Muncie will be the key to get them to the Super Bowl. He may play today. In particular, he may run back the kickoffs.
So we've got a great one. 2 undefeated teams, San Diego and Buffalo. NFL 80 will continue from San Diego in just a moment. Hello, everybody. This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson. The 2 undefeated teams in the National Football League as Dick Mickemeyer of the Buffalo Bills kicks off. It is taken at the 1-yard line by the San Diego Chargers. On the return, the Chargers will set up shop just outside their 21-yard line, a 20-yard return by Booker Russell. And so the San Diego offense goes to work with Dan Fouts, John Cappelletti, and Clarence Williams in the backfield. The receivers, Charlie Joyner. The tight end is Greg McCreary and J.J. John Jefferson. That offensive line, Shields, Wilkerson, Masick, White, and Washington. So San Diego, first down from their own 21-yard line. And Fouts goes right to the air. The quick screen, far side. Pass is complete, but it will lose 2, maybe 3 yards on the play. John Jefferson, the flanker, is the man who made the reception. Now let's check out the defense for the Buffalo Bills. That front 3, the man to watch is Ben Williams, number 77. Fred Smerlas and Sherman White. They're all 3 having an outstanding year. 4 linebackers, Lucius Sanford, Jim Haslett, Shane Nelson, and Isaiah Robertson. On the corners, Mario Clark and Charles Rhodes, Steve Freeman and Jeff Nixon at the defensive safety. Mark it at the 19-yard line, a loss of 2. It'll be second down and 12. Fouts to throw again. Has plenty of time, waits too long, and he will be sacked as Ben Williams gets the first sack of the ball game. He now has 6.5 on the year, and the Bills have a total of 10.
And Charlie, they put that pressure on Fouts with just 3 defensive linemen. Williams getting the sack. He's having an outstanding year so far. If you can put the pressure with 3 men on that quarterback, that means there are 8 people back there to defend against the pass.
A loss of 6 yards on the play. So the Chargers face a third down and 18. Don Coryell, the head coach of San Diego. Ron Smith and Kellen Winslow are into the offensive set. Fouts goes deep, and he overthrows Jefferson, the intended receiver. And so the offense of the Chargers is vaunted and stopped by the Buffalo Bills. The kicking team will come aboard. Rick Partridge will be kicking with a 43.2-yard average.
Buffalo defense continuing what they've been doing all season long. As I said before in the pregame show, they're number 1 in total defense, doing an outstanding job both against the run and the pass.
Joe Cribbs is set for the return. He has not been returning punts the last couple of ball games, but he is here today. The Bills will come up with excellent field position. He takes it at the 40-yard line of Buffalo. He has 10 yards on the return, plus another 2 to the San Diego 48-yard line. Cribbs has 12 yards on the return, a punt of 47 yards. Let's look at the offense of the Buffalo Bills. Joe Ferguson, the quarterback, with Curtis Brown, the fullback, and Joe Cribbs, the halfback. The receivers, Jerry Butler, Reuben Gant, the tight end, and Frank Lewis. Outstanding outstanding group of receivers at offensive line. Ken Jones, Reggie McKenzie, Will Grant, Conrad Dobler, and Joe Devlin. And so Buffalo has an opportunity. Starting at the San Diego 48-yard line, first down. Ferguson takes a lot of time. He gives to Curtis Brown. Brown will go to the 43-yard line. He'll pick up almost 5 yards on the play. Let's call it second down and 5 as Leroy Jones and Louis Kelcher made the tackle. We'll look at that defense. Leroy Jones, Louis Kelcher, Gary Johnson, and Fred Dean. Dean is starting in replace of Charles DeJournay. The linebackers, Jim Laslovic, Bob Horn, and Woodrow Lowe. In the secondary, it's Willie Buchanan and Mike Williams. On the corners, Pete Shaw and Glenn Edwards at the safety. Second down, 5, Buffalo. San Diego 43-yard line. No score, opening moments of the ball game. Joe Cribbs. Cribbs almost makes the 40-yard line. We'll give him 3. It'll be third down and a pair as Glenn Edwards and Fred Dean made the tackle.
Look for the Buffalo Bills to run to that left side in a lot of crucial situations because they feel that 67, Reggie McKenzie, the offensive left guard, number 72, Ken Jones, they're stronger to the left than they are to the right. You take a look at 79, that's Big Hands Johnson. A standoff right there on Reggie McKenzie, who is the stronger, they feel, of the 2 guards for the Buffalo Bills.
Third down and 2. The running backs are split. This is a passing formation. Ferguson rolls, dumps it off. Pass is complete to Brown out of the backfield, and Curtis picks up the first down. He goes to the 37-yard line of San Diego. He needed 2, and he got 3. Woodrow Lowe, the right linebacker, and one of the 4 captains of the Chargers made the tackle. First down of the ball game.
Talking about first downs, that first down play where they picked up about 5 yards really helps Joe Ferguson in calling his plays. It's not as difficult to call the second and third down plays because you don't have as far to go. If you got 7 or 8 yards to go, you're in a passing situation.
Louis Kelcher has come out of the defensive set, and Wilbur Young has replaced him. First down, Buffalo. Second back through is Cribbs. He is caught by Bob Horn, the middle linebacker, who rides him down at the 32-yard line. But that's a pickup of 5 yards on first down.
Very good first down play. They're in a situation now, second and 5, and once again they went to that left side of the Buffalo Bills offensive line. I'm sure that they feel that Reggie, here's 79 is Johnson once again. 67 is Reggie McKenzie, turning him out. There's a hole there. Picks up good 5 yards. Makes it easier to call the second down play.
Second and 5. Cribbs is wrapped up. He may get a yard on the play. See where they're spotted. We'll give him 2 almost to the 30-yard line, so it'll be third down and 3.
Going over to the side where Woodrow Lowe, number 51, the linebacker, is located. As you see Chuck Knox, the head football coach of the Buffalo Bills, walking along the sidelines. He built a great defense. He had a great defense with the Los Angeles Rams, and he knows you got to have it to win.
Third down and 3. Ron Jesse is in. He is in motion. Ferguson to throw. Incomplete. Cribbs, the intended receiver.
Number 54, Jim Laslovic, really leveled Cribbs. Cribbs coming out of the backfield, number 20. He is the intended pass receiver. They're just looking for a sure pass, trying to pick up the first down, but it is high, and he is met by the linebacker, Jim Laslovic, number 54.
So it is fourth down and 3, and Nick Mickemeyer is in. His longest field goal this year is 47 yards. This one he will be kicking from around the 30. They'll mark it at the 38-yard line. So it'll be an attempt of 48 yards. And the lead, we have no score.
Bear in mind, number 10, David Hom is the quarterback. He is the holder.
It is good from 48 yards away. Nick Mickemeyer splits the uprights. The Buffalo Bills have the lead. It is Buffalo 3 and San Diego nothing. We'll be back in a moment. And set to return is Chuck Muncie, the deep back of the 3. He's at the 5-yard line. The temperature is 70 degrees. The wind is from the west at about 10 miles an hour. Should not be a factor here today.
I don't think Mickemeyer wants to kick the ball to Muncie.
He's got it. Muncie at the 8-yard line. Chucks to the 20. Across the 25, still going. Pepsi returns to the 35-yard line. 27 yards on the return, and Charles Romes of the Buffalo Bills is the man who made the tackle.
Well, they're hoping that this is a man that might get them to the Super Bowl. You can see when he wants to play, Charlie, he can run as well as anybody. He must have broken about 3 tackles out there on that return.
So San Diego a first down at their own 35-yard line. Bounce gives up to Cappelletti, and John goes to the 42-yard line. A gain of 7 on first down. It'll be 2nd and 3. Isaiah Robertson makes the tackle.
Taking right out of the playbook of the Buffalo Bills. 25, Cappelletti's going to cut back right now. The hole is to the right, or he is headed toward the right. There's nothing there. And the offensive line, what they do is just they take the defensive end whichever direction they want to go. Let Cappelletti find the hole. And they found it there for about 7-yard gain.
2nd down and 3, San Diego. Joyner comes wide to the near side. Jefferson the far side. In motion is Clarence Williams. Bounce throws all alone is Charlie Joyner. Joyner to the Bills' 40-yard line. 18 yards on the play, and the first down as Mario Clark and Jim Haslett make the tackle.
They had men in motion. What they're trying to do is create the defense, make them make a mistake. Good protection. Look, there's nobody that has impaired Fouts' view. He had clear view of number 18, Charlie Joyner. Number 29, Mario Clark, is way off of him. Easy first down.
Jefferson goes wide to the far side. Joyner to the near side. The tight end McCreary is on the left side. First down, Buffalo 40. Clarence Williams. Scramble for the football after he lost possession at the whistle sound. No, the ball belongs to the Buffalo Bills. Sherman White comes up with a fumble and the big turnover. So for the 2nd time in the ball game, the Buffalo Bill defense has stopped the vaunted offense of the San Diego Chargers.
Running play on first down. Looked like it was a fairly good hole there. Good blocking by the men up front. Number 67 is White coming through. 55 is Haslett, the linebacker, and he hits him. The ball pops loose. 83 is White. He's going to come up with it. Another big break for the Buffalo Bills.
So the Bills have the football at their own 39. We'll be back in a moment. Don Coryell, San Diego Chargers top man. They are 4-0. Buffalo has the ball. Their own 39-yard line, first down. Buffalo leads by a score of 3-0. Nick Mickemeier's 48-yard field goal. Ferguson fires. It is tipped incomplete. He was going across the middle to Jerry Butler.
Problem was he did not fool the linebackers. The linebackers did not take the bait on the play-action fake. They dropped back, and there was not an area there for Ferguson to get the ball into his wide receiver, number 80, Jerry Butler.
So bring the ball back to the Buffalo 39-yard line. Ferguson now faces a 2nd and 10.
That's what he does not want to face. He would much rather have it 2nd and 5.
So it's a throwing situation. Ferguson gives instead to Joe Cribbs. Cribbs to the outside, turns the corner, and goes out of bounds at the 44-yard line. He picks up 5. It will be 3rd down and 5 as Pete Shaw makes the tackle. Now let's check the NFL scoreboard. Final. Pittsburgh over Minnesota 23-17. Another final, Seattle over Houston. What about that? 26-7 at Houston. Baltimore beating Miami. The Jets have still to win a ball game. New England 21-11. 3rd down and 5. The score here is Buffalo 3, San Diego nothing.
Shotgun.
Ferguson throws. It is tipped. Incomplete. Pete Shaw, number 44, made the defensive play as Lou Picone was the intended receiver.
Boy, Lou Picone really paid for that one. He was really nailed. Fortunate for the Buffalo Bills that defense was not able to get under that football because it bopped about 15.
So Greg Cater with a 35.2-yard average will be punting. And on the return is Mike Fuller, the number 1 punt returner in the National Football League. 7:45, time remaining, first quarter. There's pressure, but he gets it off. Fuller takes it at the 15-yard line and has 2 yards on the return to the 17-yard line. A 30-yard kick by Greg Cater. We'll take a timeout. 7:37 left to go. Out on a sun-baked San Diego afternoon. The Chargers have the football. First down on their own 17-yard line. The tight end is number 88, Greg McCrary. He is now to the left side. John Capoletti gets the call and gets just a couple of yards. It'll be second down and 8 as Jim Haslett and Shane Nelson were there. Now let's finish out the early ball games this afternoon in the National Football League. Denver just edges Cleveland 19-16. It's now a fine. Atlanta 43, Detroit 21. So Detroit is 4-1. Only 2 undefeated teams left. Philadelphia over Washington. The 2 undefeated teams, there they are. San Diego and Buffalo. Bounce to throw. Has time. Pass is complete. Out of the backfield is Clarence Williams. Williams is close to the first down. Lucius Sanford, the left outside linebacker, makes the tackle for the Buffalo Bills. A year ago, Clarence Williams had an outstanding game against Buffalo. 157 yards rushing, and he scored 4 touchdowns.
That time, Fouts had plenty of time to let the wide receivers get depth and take those defensive backs back. Williams just kind of snuck out of the backfield and was underneath the linebacker.
First, let's check out the measurement for the first down. And about half a yard short. One more final that is in, and here it is in the National Football League. St. Louis big over New Orleans, 40-7.
And New Orleans has yet to win a football game.
Dan Fouts has completed 3 of 4 passes for 24 yards. Chuck Lavin is into the offensive set, as is Kellen Winslow. And the Bills counter with a 5-man defensive line. Williams, Smerlis, White, Hutchinson, and Kadish. Third down and a foot. Number 40 is Clarence Williams. Number 25 is John Capoletti. And it is Capoletti who gets the call, and it will be called. A Heisman Trophy winner in 1973 from Penn State.
Unless he got it on second effort, he did not get that first down because there was no movement at all against that Buffalo defensive line.
And at the top of the show, we talked about this Buffalo Bill defense. In the AFC, they're number 1 in total defense, number 1 in rushing defense, and number 2 in pass defense. They have allowed, the defense has allowed only 5 touchdowns this year. Chains are out again.
No, sir.
There it is. They did not make it. And watch the defensive play of the Buffalo Bills.
This is where it's just man against man down there, a lot of humanity, and there is nothing. There is no seams, nothing for Capoletti to sneak through. Buffalo, for example, last year, Charlie, they gave up an average of 155 yards a game on the ground. Right now, they're giving up about 80 yards per game.
And Rick Partridge, the number 2 punter in the AFC, will be kicking. His first punt was 47 yards. Joe Cribbs is set for the return. And it's another beauty. Cribbs at the 28-yard line. Gives ground. Picks up a block. Turns the corner. Points out another block and goes to the 40-yard line. So he will have 12 yards on the punt return. We have 6 minutes and 1 second left to go in the first quarter. And Buffalo has the football and the lead 3-0.
China, I know you've been over there for 2 weeks. Right now, Buffalo is doing what they hope to do. They're shutting off a very potent San Diego offense. Ball is loose
by Cribbs. San Diego says they have the football. We wait for the officials. Officials say yes. So the turnovers are now even at 1 apiece.
The one difference being is where the fumble took place, because it was down around the 35-yard line. San Diego fumbled, but now they're in excellent field position when they got the ball on the 44-yard line.
And Willie Buchanan came up with the football.
You could see that ball is knocked out of Cribbs' hand.
Woodrow Lowe is the man who made the play. San Diego has the ball. 44-yard line of Buffalo. First down. Fouts fakes. He will go deep. Over the middle, it is pulled down by John Jefferson. They'll mark it at the 22-yard line. A gain of 22. Jeff Nixon makes the tackle. First down, San Diego, as they have their first threat of the ball game.
He was looking deep to Charlie Joyner. Joyner was well covered. This is his secondary receiver, and watch this great catch. That is great concentration. See Jefferson following that ball all the way into his hands. Bounce back. He was looking for Joyner initially, as you can see, but just a great catch by Jefferson.
First down, Buffalo 22. Jefferson pulls this one down at the 10-yard line. A gain of 12 and another first down. Mario Clark is the man that he beat on the Buffalo Bill defense. And listen to the crowd here at San Diego Stadium.
I had said earlier that Fouts would put that ball up in the air regardless of what the situation was, where he is on the field, in any situation. See, right now they've decided they're going to put that ball up in the air. They tried to run the ball a few times. They didn't have much success. They were stopped on the third and short situation.
Watch this. Charlie Joyner comes out. He's replaced by Kellen Winslow. Winslow's a tight end, but he's also a wide receiver. 6'5 and a half, 255 pounds. But to the right side goes John Capoletti. He loses the ball. The Chargers recover it. Lucius Sanford was there for the defense. And it was number 70, Russ Washington, who recovered the fumble for San Diego.
Well, this is really a good hit on Capoletti coming up right now. As you can see right there, the man is stopped. Try to strip him of the ball. They get the job done, but fortunately for San Diego, Russ Washington, number 70, the offensive right tackle, was there to come up with the football.
Ball just inside the 8-yard line of Buffalo. It is second down. It is second and goal to go. Fouts has completed 6 of 7 for 58 yards. Jefferson goes in motion. Sweep to the right side with Clarence Williams. Williams to the 4-yard line. So it is third down and goal to go. And the right inside linebacker, Shane Nelson, is the man who cut him down, number 59.
Once again, Buffalo defense doing a good job against the running game. See Don Coryell looking on right now. I would expect a pass to come from Fouts right now in this situation.
Charlie Joyner comes back in. Greg McCreary comes out. So they have Joyner, Jefferson, and Winslow as receivers. Joyner to the far side, Jefferson to the near side, and Winslow is the tight end on the right side. It's to Kellen Winslow at the one. He's in. Touchdown. Number 80, Kellen Winslow, his 4th touchdown of the season, and for Dan Fouts, his 11th touchdown pass, and San Diego has the lead. A 44-yard drive in 5 plays, and Willie Buchanan set it up with a fumble recovery.
It's just a drag out or quick out by the tight end, and he fires the ball to him. 42 is Rod Cush, but he's there too late. And that's what happens when you have great wide receivers like Jefferson and Joyner. You can't double everybody. It was man-to-man coverage on Winslow. He was open. Fouts got him the ball for a touchdown.
Ralph Benerska will attempt the point out of the hole to Mike Fuller, and it is good. The score is San Diego 7, Buffalo 3. We have 3 minutes and 4 seconds left to go. We're in the first quarter.
Terry Miller, number 40, is one of the return men for the Buffalo Bills.
And Curtis Brown is the other. Benerska kicking off from the 35-yard line. Taken at the 3-yard line by Terry Miller. Miller to the 15, the 20, the 25. Returns to the 28-yard line, so you'll have 25 yards on the return. And Jerome Dove makes the tackle. Ralph Benerska, most of you know about this young man. Watch him as he kicks off. Almost died a year ago. He is allowed to kick off. He has had a colostomy, still has the bag. He kicks off with a stipulation he must come to the sideline immediately. Boy, what an inspiration this young man has been, not only to this football team, but to the entire city of San Diego. Now Buffalo goes to work, and they trail in the ball game. Curtis Brown gets the call. He has 2 yards to the 30-yard line. It'll be second down 8. Louis Kelcher back in on defense, and Bob Horn make the tackle. Let's check the scoreboard again. Fourth quarter, Green Bay leading Cincinnati. What about that?
That is a surprise.
Ooh, that is. First quarter, Kansas City leading Oakland. This is a day of surprises. That is not a surprise. Yes, it is, actually. Dallas over the Giants by 3 first quarter. Second down and 8. 30-yard line, Buffalo, their own territory. Chargers lead it 7-3. Ferguson with time, deep over the middle of his tip. Good defensive play by number 51, Woodrow Lowe, the right linebacker. Reuben Gant, the intended receiver, but this man from Alabama. And by the way, his former head coach, congratulations to Bear Bryant, win number 300 yesterday. Today's telecast, presented by authority of the National Football League, intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the San Diego Chargers and the National Football League is prohibited. So Joe Ferguson now faces a 3rd and 8 situation, and he goes to the shotgun. As Roland Hooks and Lou Picone come in, Reuben Gant and Curtis Brown come out. That is the set. Over the middle, knocked away. Another good defensive play by the secondary of the Chargers. This one by Glenn Edwards.
This is not the situation Buffalo wants to get into. They want to pick up some yardage on first down. They weren't able to do it the last couple of times. That fumble that was created the last series resulted in a touchdown for the San Diego Chargers. You don't want to have to go back and throw the football against San Diego because they can really put pressure on the quarterback.
Greg Cater to kick, and Mike Fuller is set for the return. High snap. He's going to run with it. He had pressure. He goes to the outside. He will be stopped. The Chargers will take over on down. Number 41, Booker Russell, is the man who stopped him. But Cater had pressure. I'm not sure if he could get the kickoff. The Chargers have field position and the football.
He saw somebody out of the corner of his eye, and it was 28, Willie Buchanan. Here comes up with a big play for the San Diego Chargers. That's twice in a row now they come up with excellent field position. Once on a fumble, and now on the 29-yard line, tackling the punter.
Jefferson right side, Joyner left side. He dumps it off, a swing to the right side. This is Chuck Muncie, and Muncie is bumped out of bounds. Chuck Muncie, acquired this week from New Orleans, picks up the first down. His first offensive play from scrimmage.
What their feeling is with Muncie, because he's only been in camp a few days, is that they're going to just let him run a couple of plays that he is familiar with and he likes to run. That was just a screen pass, get the ball out to him, and let somebody make an open field tackle on that big running back.
A gain of 12 yards to the 17. It's a first down.
And I'm sure somebody in the huddle is telling Muncie exactly what to do.
Muncie to the 10-yard line. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd and 3. Lucius Sanford makes the tackle. Chuck Muncie, last year, 1,198 yards rushing. MVP of the Pro Bowl.
235 pounds. And if you don't think that he is a heavy load to try to bring down, you got to be mistaken, because you give him a little seam and he's going to pick up at least 5 or 6 yards.
10-yard line, 2nd down 3. Muncie again, sweep left. Slips one tackle, and then is bumped out of bounds. They will mark him out at around the 8-yard line. The free safety, Jeff Nixon, was there. Should be about a foot shy of the first down.
You can see how strong he is, Charlie, because the linebacker, number 59, Nelson, had a hold of him. You're not going to bring him down by just grabbing him. You're going to have to put a shoulder pad into Muncie to bring him down.
Chuck Clavin comes in on offense, along with Kellen Winslow. Mike Kadish checks into the defensive set. 8-yard line, 3rd down, about a foot. Winslow in motion. Muncie has the first down and goes out of bounds.
Muncie to the huddle, you can see Clarence Williams, the other running back, telling Muncie exactly what he's supposed to do. They don't want any mistakes down here, but I'm sure what they would love to happen is to have Muncie make a contribution this very first week that he's been part of this football team.
5-yard line of Buffalo. Chargers lead at 7-3. 1 minute and 3 seconds left to go. We're in the first quarter. Running backs are Muncy and Williams. Jefferson in motion far side. Clarence Williams. 2-yard line. Second down, goal to go. Fred Smerlas, the nose tackle, was the man to meet him, number 76.
Buffalo Bills beefing up that defense, sending in some additional defensive linemen. Goal line stands.
And a Buffalo Bill player has been shaken up in the end zone. Jeff Nixon, the free safety, is the injured Buffalo Bill. You saw him featured in the pregame show, NFL 80. He is being checked in the end zone. So the clock is stopped with 51 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
Good news. Jeff Nixon's moving, looks like very well off the field. I wouldn't be surprised to see him back in the ballgame very soon.
Goal line defense with Ben Williams, Fred Smerlas, Sherman White, Scott Hutchinson, Mike Kadish, and Ken Johnson all in there. 6 defensive linemen. Second down, goal to go. Muncy. He is stacked up at the 4, dropped at the 5-yard line. So it'll be third down and goal to go. And number 77, Ben Williams, was the man who brought him down.
I said you better not tackle him with an arm. Ben Williams, 77, does not use an arm. He really nails Muncy right here. Good play by 77. Ben Williams, a defensive end. That's the way you must bring Muncy down. You've got to really hit it.
Charlie Joyner and John Jefferson come back into the offensive set as the gun sounds. That is the end of the first quarter with the score, San Diego 7 and Buffalo 3. We'll be back in a moment. Lindos in the first quarter. San Diego had the ball on offense almost 3 minutes more than Buffalo, and they ran 7 more plays. Turnovers are even, 1 on each side. Third down, goal to go from the 5. Back sets, loops at corner of the end zone. It's there. Touchdown, San Diego. John Jefferson with his 5th touchdown reception of the season. Dan Fouts, his 2nd of the ball game, his 12th touchdown pass.
Fouts really threads the needle on this one because there was not much room. He had a man going out in the flat. It's Joyner, and he throws it over the linebackers. Number 29 is Clark. The defensive back throws it over right into the arms of Jefferson. Excellent throw.
29 yards on the drive in 7 plays. Here's the extra point attempt by Rolf Benirschke. And it is good. It is San Diego 14 and Buffalo 3. We are 4 seconds into the second quarter. We'll be back. There's still a lot of time remaining. Rolf Benirschke to kick up with Brown and Miller D. Goes through the end zone to bring it out to the 20-yard line.
Got a report on Jeff Nixon, Charlie, that he has a knee injury. He will not be back this afternoon.
And he will be replaced by Rod Cook. And there is Jeff Nixon, who has 5 interceptions on the year, leading the NFL in that category. 6'3", 190-pounder.
That's Ed Abramowski in front of him. And he is not a 190-pounder. The trainer for the Buffalo Bills.
So now the Bills have to get an offense going here in the opening moments of the second quarter. San Diego leads it 14-3. Butler wide to the near side. Ron Jesse is wide to the far side. Running backs are Cribbs and Brown. Ferguson to throw. Here's a screen. Cribbs has it. And he has 5 yards on the play to the 25-yard line. It'll be second down 5. Woodrow Lowe made the tackle. And this is what a quarterback wants that you've talked about so many times. 5 yards on that first down.
A lot of times they think that a screen pass should go for a long distance. But any time that you pick up 5 yards, particularly on first down, it's a good play.
Now let's check out the scoreboard. Second quarter, Kansas City in front of Oakland, 14-0. Second quarter, Los Angeles leading the 49ers 20-0. Second down and 5. Here it is San Diego 14, Buffalo 3. Curtis Brown. And Brown is greeted at the 27-yard line. His progress progress will give him 2 yards. So it will be 3rd down and 3 as Jim Laslovic, the left linebacker, along with number 74, Louis Kelcher, were there.
Louis Kelcher coming off. Wilbur Young, number 99, going into the ball game.
Kelcher's had a problem this week with a pull muscle in his leg.
Now, he's not completely healthy. But fortunately for them, they've got Wilbur Young, who had 14 sacks last year for the Chargers.
3rd down and 3. Ferguson to throw. Drops it off to Cribbs. Cribbs around the corner, has the 1st down. Good play by the rookie from Auburn, Joe Cribbs, leading rusher in the American Football Conference and also the number 8 receiver in the AFC.
He is quick because Woodrow Lowe, 51, the linebacker, had an angle on him, but that man right there, Joe Cribbs, number 20, just virtually outran Lowe to pick up the 1st down.
A gain of 5 yards and a 1st down.
Number 69 is John Lee. He doesn't know that it's a screen, and for Ferguson's sake, he ought to be happy that it was a screen.
Buffalo at their own 32-yard line. Ferguson has plenty of time. Deep over the middle. Pass is complete. Tight end Reuben Gant inside the 40-yard line of San Diego. Mark it at the San Diego 39-yard line. That's 29 yards on the play.
This is an excellent throw by Ferguson. He really fires that ball because Kelcher's coming into his vision. And the ball is right on the money, right in front of the defensive back, Shaw. 88 is Gant. He goes down and he hobbled off the field after this reception.
And if you notice something, we have 12 minutes, 46 seconds left to go in the 1st half. We have not had a penalty flag. That may be an NFL record this year. San Diego, 39-yard line, 1st down. Mark Bramer is now the tight end. Joe Cribbs. They will mark Cribbs down at the 35-yard line. That's a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Good block by Conrad Dobler, number 69, coming around the right side, pulling and knocking it out a defensive back. For Dobler, they didn't think that he could do it. At New Orleans, they got rid of him. You see 69 right here is Conrad Dobler making a good block for Joe Cribbs, enabling him to pick up a few yards.
And in the San Diego and Los Angeles newspapers since Wednesday, every paper's had an interview with Conrad Dobler. Oh, he's great copy. 2nd down and 6. He has been an inspirational leader also for Buffalo. Cribbs spins, breaks a tackle, may have the 1st down. Joe Cribbs, he has been this year 31% of the total offense in yardage for the Buffalo Bills and has been involved in 34% of their offensive plays.
This is delay play. It's a draw. Kelcher gets a hold of him, but good balance and spinning ability by Cribbs broke that tackle before he was pulled down by number 68, Jones. They're bringing out the chains right now to see if it is a 1st down. Looks like it.
And it is.
Now Buffalo is doing what they like to do. They're able to move that football on the ground, pick up some yardage, mix it in with some passes. They're throwing some screens because, as I said before, the San Diego front 4 can really put pressure on the quarterback. If that's all you're going to have to do is go back and throw the ball.
Cribbs has 28 yards rushing and 7 carries, 2 receptions for 10 more. 1st down, San Diego 29-yard line. Chargers lead it 14-3. 11:20, time remaining, 1st half. Ferguson. Pass is complete. Mark Bramer, the tight end. He is the rookie from Michigan State, taken in the 3rd round, and that is only his 4th reception of the year.
That was a rollout by Ferguson. Number 69 is Conrad Dobler we just talked about. He's over Louis Kelcher, and Kelcher is a strong football player. You're allowed to use your hands. You're not allowed to grab people, though, but look at that. He knows when to ease off. He knew the pass was gone. He knew that the timing on that pass, and he knew how long he'd have to hold out that defensive lineman. Good play by Dobler.
A gain of 12 to the 17-yard line, 1st down. The Bills on the move. Cribbs. Inside the 10, spin to about the 8-yard line where Mike Williams brings him down, and he got the last 5 yards on his own.
Well, he's an exciting young running back and has really added big dimension to this Buffalo Bill offense. You get downfield, down in the middle of all that, down near the goal line, tempers will flare. 72 is Jones and, for Buffalo. Little push there to Dean. Dean didn't like it. A few words exchanged right there. I don't know what 44 Shaw is going to do with that big man.
And we will have offsetting penalties. The
Ball foul.
mic on the referee, Bob McElwee, is not working.
After the play.
Now we can pick it up.
Counts.
The down counts.
They were offsetting penalties after the ball was dead. So the down counts. The play counts. A pair of personal fouls. There's a final score. You can read it. But right now, the ball is inside the 8-yard line. It is second down and 1. 8-yard line of San Diego. 9th drive of the play. And Curtis Brown goes to the 5-yard line. And he has the first down. It'll be first down and goal to go. Louis Kelcher and Gary Johnson made the tackle.
Roosevelt Leaks coming into the ball game right now, and they put him in short yardage situations or near the goal line situations because he's a bigger back and he's able to do a better job of blocking. He's more of a straight ahead runner, picking up the tough yardage.
Officials spot the ball at the 6-yard line where it is first down and goal to go. Two tight ends, Ruben Gant, Mark Bramer. Ferguson under pressure. He'll be sacked at the 11-yard line. Louis Kelcher got him. And for Louis, that is his first sack of the year and the 17th for the Chargers. And listen to the crowd. Louis, Louis, Louis.
See, it's a play action fake, and Louis took an inside move on 69 Dobler. Dobler was not able to get him. Got to Ferguson before he could get the ball off. Actually, too, it was excellent coverage by the linebacking core. 54 Jim Laslovic was all over Cribbs in the flat. Couldn't throw the ball to him.
Joe Ferguson has completed more than 67% of his passes this year. He is 50% in this ballgame, 5 of 10 for 54 yards. He goes to the air. Over the middle, knocked away at the 5-yard line. Bob Horn knocked it out of the hands of Ruben Gant. It'll be third down and goal to go.
Pressure on Joe Ferguson. He doesn't have a whole lot of room to manipulate down there because of the end zone. His primary receiver was covered, so he's going to 88. That's Ruben Gant, and a fine play by Bob Horn, 55, the middle linebacker.
Roland Hooks and Lou Pacone are in. This is the shotgun set. Officials timeout. Ruben Gant and Curtis Brown come out. When the Bills go to the shotgun, what is the advantage for the quarterback, Joe Ferguson?
The quarterback, if he takes the ball from center.
Officials holding their own conference. Third down, goal to go from the shotgun. Ferguson in the end zone, knocked away. Pete Shaw was there along with Glenn Edwards. So it'll be fourth down and goal to go as Jerry Butler, the intended receiver. This is the defensive play by Pete Shaw and Glenn Edwards that thwarted the touchdown pass of the Buffalo Bills. This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson. Here's another look.
Ferguson trying to go to his tight end. And unfortunately for San Diego, both of their players were there. Either one of them could have intercepted.
A 29-yard field goal attempt by Nick Mickemeyer. He is hit from 48 yards out in the ball game, and this one is good. So Mickemeyer now is 2 for 2, and the Buffalo Bills are on the scoreboard. It is San Diego 14, Buffalo 6. On that last drive that led to the field goal, the Bills had the ball 6 minutes and 5 seconds. Mickemeyer kicking off. Frank Duncan on the return. Duncan to the 20 and is dropped at the 23-yard line. So San Diego leading 14-6, moving offense from their own 23-yard line with 8 minutes and 41 seconds left to go in the first half. Dee Hardison made the tackle for the Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo now has to stiffen up defensively because the last 2 times San Diego got a hold of the football, they put it in the end zone. thanks to passes from Fouts to John Jefferson.
And also, the Chargers have had excellent field position on both their touchdown drives. We'll come back to that story after this play. Fouts to throw, stumbles, passes dropped by John Jefferson. Boy, there is something you will see very seldom, is Jefferson dropping the football.
Ball was thrown a little bit behind him, Charlie, but for John Jefferson, that's a very makeable catch for him. Fouts going back, looking first to his left, coming back to his secondary receiver. You see the ball is thrown a little bit behind him, but for Jefferson, he generally catches those.
Fouts has completed 8 of 10 for 79 yards, 2 touchdowns to Kellen Winslow and John Jefferson. He's been sacked 1 time. The 2 touchdown drives for the Chargers of 44 yards and 29 yards. Willie Buchanan, a fumble recovery, set up the first one, and then the pressure by Buchanan on a punting situation, and then Booker Russell's tackle set up the second. Capoletti gets the call.
Jim Haslett making a good stop near the line of scrimmage, picking up just a yard. Means that Dan Fouts will undoubtedly go back to the air once again. There was a defensive rookie of the year last year.
Jim Haslett, number 55, from the University of Indiana in Pennsylvania. Capoletti now 5 carries for 12 yards on the ground. 3rd down, passing situation. The Chargers actually with 4 wide receivers when you consider Winslow also in, 5 men in the secondary. It is tipped, incomplete. Winslow, the tight end, also a wide receiver, the intended receiver, and Isaiah Robertson is the man who tipped it. So it will be a 4th down kicking situation, and Rick Partridge will be punting for San Diego. Partridge has punted twice in the ball game. The first one 47 yards, the second one 46 yards. And set for the return is Joe Cribbs. And both times, Cribbs has had a 12-yard return of the punt.
And he's an exciting runner, and it's surprising in some respects that the #1 rusher in the AFC, and he leads the Bills in receiving. They put him back here to return punts. But he's young and strong, Charlie.
35-yard line. He has 5 yards, 6, maybe 7 yards on the return to the Buffalo 42-yard line, and Kellen Winslow was there for San Diego. 7:43 left to go, first half.
Fox News Center 2, weekends at 11.
This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson, San Diego Stadium. The 2 undefeated teams remaining in the National Football League. San Diego and Buffalo, and the Chargers lead at 14-6. 7:43 time remaining in the first half. Ferguson has completed 5 of 12. He goes to the air. Has pressure, and he'll be sacked. Second sack for San Diego. Leroy Jones got him, and that is his 4th sack of the year.
It's too bad that he didn't have time to get rid of the football because of the pressure he had, because he was looking downfield for his tight end, Reuben Gant, number 88, and he was open. But you have to have time for these plays to develop. See, now he's right between the 2 linebackers. He's wide open right there. If Ferguson had the opportunity to throw the ball, it would have been a completion.
Loss of 7, 2nd and 17.
It's the best pass defense is getting to the quarterback.
And you know, hard to throw when you're on your back. Curtis Brown, 40-yard line, a gain of 5. It will be 3rd down and 12. You have a report.
I got a report in the Oakland-Kansas City game in the 2nd quarter. Dan Pastorini, the quarterback of the Oakland Raiders, has been taken off the field with a right knee injury. We'll try to find out for all the folks exactly how serious that is. By the way, the Chiefs are leading the Raiders 14-0.
49ers on the scoreboard. Rams lead at 27-7 second quarter. Roland Hooks, Lou Picone come in. Shotgun set for Buffalo. 3rd and 12. 4-man rush. Ferguson scrambles, and he throws. Pass is complete to Butler. Butler has the first down. He's the 40, the 35. Near the 30-yard line. They'll mark it at the San Diego 31-yard line. 29 yards on the play, and Woodrow Lowe made the tackle.
Ferguson getting out of the pocket was buying time, giving his receiver an opportunity to do something. Look at him motioning. He's going to hit Butler, and you're going to see the speed of this young man once he makes the catch, because he really explodes downfield. He knows he's got the first down now. Now he's looking to pick up as much as he possibly can, cover that football, and get ready for a first down play.
Buffalo at this just inside the San Diego 31-yard line. 5:47 time remaining, first half. 5 out on the pattern. Ferguson scrambles left, gives himself more time, and then he gets sacked. Gary Johnson got him. Third sack of the ball game for the Chargers, their 19th of the year.
Credit that San Diego secondary with excellent coverage, because he did have time to throw the football, and I'm sure he wished he hadn't thrown the football away. But Gary Big Hands Johnson eventually got to him, and he's leading this ball club in sacks so far this year.
It'll be second down and 18. Back at the San Diego 39-yard line. Defensive line now is Leroy Jones, John Lee, Gary Johnson, and Wilbur Young. Ron Jesse and Jerry Butler wide far side. Cribbs, the remaining back. Turns inside of Willie Buchanan. Buchanan got a hand on him, and then he got some help. Leroy Jones was also there for San Diego. They'll spot it at the 35-yard line, a gain of 4, so it's third down and 14. And once again, the Buffalo Bills bring in Lou Pacone, rolling hooks, and that means a shotgun offensive set. They will also run off of this set with an inside draw.
They can, but they're not going to probably run on this occasion. They want to get up enough yardage so at least if they don't get the first down, they get an opportunity to kick a field goal. The last time, Lou Pacone, number 89, was wide open when he was scrambling.
4.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Ferguson's in trouble. He is dropped by Fred Dean. The 4th sack of the ball game for San Diego. Leroy Jones, Louis Kelcher, Gary Johnson, and Fred Dean each have a sack.
Fred Dean just flew by number 72 Jones. You see him in your picture right now. He faked to the outside, came to the inside. Ferguson had no place to go. He comes up with a big sack, and now they're going to have to punt the football away.
A loss of 14 yards. Greg Cater will be kicking to Mike Fuller.
Good kick.
It will roll dead at the 9-yard line of San Diego. San Diego, first down, their own 9-yard line. Chuck Muncie, number 46, John Capoletti, number 25, are in the backfield. Capoletti gets the call.
Number 25, John.
He'll get a yard. It'll be second down and 9 as Fred Smirlis and Shane Nelson make the tackle. Dan Fouts in this situation likes to throw the quick screen to John Jefferson.
Yes, he does. And I said in the pregame show that Fouts has a great deal of confidence in his abilities and the abilities of his offensive team. He'll put that ball up in the air regardless of the situation or where he is.
He has completed 8 of 11 for 79 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's been sacked 1 time. Jefferson in motion, right side. Muncie slips 1 tackle. To the 14-yard line. Gain of 4. It'll be third down and around 5 as Jim Haslett and Sherman White were there for Buffalo.
Number 63 is Doug Wilkerson, the offensive guard. You see he's pulling now. His responsibility is to make sure that there is a hole for the running back Muncie. He's going out there with Kellen Winslow trying to find it. Fortunately for Muncie, he has that ability to break tackles. He did pick up a few yards, but there wasn't much there.
Ron Smith coming into the set. Muncie comes out, so Capoletti is the remaining back with 4 receivers. And time is running out on the Chargers on this play on the 32nd clock. They get it off. Third down and 5. Fouts into coverage, knocked away. Good defensive play. Ron Smith, the intended receiver, but Isaiah Robertson read it perfectly.
He was going right to where he was supposed to go, watching the quarterback going back to his drop. And he was in position to knock the ball down a half a step more. Or if that ball was underthrown a little bit, Isaiah Robertson, number 58, could have come up with an interception.
Now let's check the scoreboard. Kansas City over Oakland, second quarter, 17-0. Rams now 34-7 over San Francisco. And Dallas 10-0 over the Giants, second quarter. Rick Partridge will be kicking to Joe Cribbs. Buffalo could come up with excellent field position. Partridge with kicks at 47, 46, 41 yards. It is blocked.
Touchdown. But no.
It is a touchdown. The Bills for the touchdown. Lucius Sanford, number 57, is the man who fell on the football in the end zone. And he actually was the second Bill that had a shot at it. Holding against the Chargers refused. Here's another look.
It was a good snap. Excellent move by Rod Cush, number 42, blocking it. Looked like an easy one just to fall on it instead of diving after it, but 28 is best trying to do it and trying to crawl after it. But fortunately, Lucius Sanford, 57, comes up with the ball and a touchdown and a really big break for the Buffalo Bills.
It is 14-12 with the extra point yet to come.
Whatever happened to the old two-point rule, Charlie?
Oh, you could use it now, couldn't you? Dave hummed a hole. Nick Mickemeyer to attempt a point after. It is no good. It is no good. So with 2:24 left to go in the first half, the score is San Diego 14 and Buffalo 12. For Nick Mickemeyer, who's kicking off, that breaks his string of 29 consecutive successful extra points. Chuck Muncy and Frank Duncan are deep for the kickoff return. They bump together. Muncy takes it on the hop. There's a fumble. Diving for it is number 41. That is Booker Russell of San Diego. And the Bills almost had their second break in a row.
What's happening, they are not communicating back there because somebody has to make the calls. You see the ball popping loose, and it's fortunate right there for the San Diego Chargers that they came up with it. But somebody back there is the quarterback. Somebody has to make the call. Muncy is new here in town and probably didn't realize, he figured anything up in the air was his, but somebody has to say me, and the other one says you, so that they understand one another.
What happens when they both say me? We saw what happened. Right. Okay. San Diego first down, their own 13-yard line. Bounce to throw. All the time in the world. Throws underneath the coverage to the tight end, Kellen Winslow.
That's complete.
They'll mark it at the 18-yard line. A gain of 5. It will be second down and 5. And now the officials will take a timeout, and the 2-minute warning will be given to both benches. 2 minutes remaining. The preceding announcement was furnished as a public service for the National Football League. This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson, with 2 minutes to go in the first half that is completely turned around. It is San Diego 14 and Buffalo 12. Chargers have the ball at their own 18-yard line, second down 5. Jefferson wide to the far side. Running backs are Clarence Williams and Chuck Muncy. Fouts looks for a screen. It's not there. He's going to scramble. He goes to about the 19-yard line. So he'll pick up a yard. It'll be third down and around 4. Shane Nelson made the tackle.
That was a screen pass, but also in a situation like that, there's always an outlet. I think it was John Jefferson who was supposed to be the outlet, but John Jefferson was streaking down the sidelines, and Fouts couldn't get him the football.
Fouts has completed 9 of 13 passes in the first half for 83 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's been sacked 1 time. Capoletti and Muncy are now in the backfield. Jefferson to the near side. Joyner far side. Third down and 4. Muncy on a sweep. Cuts back in. Has the first down. Muncy to the 31-yard line. A gain of 12 yards and a first down. Steve Freeman, the strong safety, makes the tackle.
This is what he means to this football team, that big back that can get some yardage on his own. You see White, number 67, the guard out in front. A good hole, good blocking. Wilkerson, 63, making a block downfield. And they come up with a first down, keeping the football. They did call a timeout right now. But with the fire pop.
Well, Jack Murphy is all over this stadium today. And we look for him. And we cannot find him. Chargers first down their own 31-yard line. Bounce to throw. Dumps it off underneath the coverage to Capoletti. Cappelletti heads for the sideline and gets out of bounds. Has the first down at the 42-yard line. A gain of 11 yards on the play, and we have 1 minute and 1 second left in the first half. Isaiah Robertson was there for the defense.
You can see that he is a veteran, that he knew what he had to do. He got as much yardage as he possibly could. He has to preserve those timeouts, and he jumped out of bounds.
Bounce now 10 of 14 for 94 yards.
Right now, San Diego has 2 of their timeouts remaining in this half.
On their own 42-yard line. Jefferson pulls it down, 39-yard line of Buffalo. John Jefferson. Steve Freeman had the coverage. They mark it at the 38-yard line. A gain of 20 and a first down. And San Diego takes their second timeout. They have 1 timeout remaining with 53 seconds left to go in the half. That has a chance. That offensive rookie of the year would be Joe Cribbs of the Buffalo Bills. Bounce over the middle. It is complete to Charlie Joyner. Joyner at the 21-yard line. Freeman with the tackle. San Diego calling 2 plays in the huddle. 39 seconds, as you can see on your television set. Bounce throws way underneath. That's simply to stop the clock. The play prior to this moved from the 38 to the 21-yard line in the first down. That was a gain of 17. And here's Rolf Benerska, the field goal kicker, whose longest this year is 53 yards. And he has converted 7 of 9 field goal attempts on the year.
He has met a big, big difference in this San Diego football team. Done an excellent job this year, and his story is really remarkable.
A man that came back from Crohn's disease a year ago, and he almost died. Cappelletti screen right side, 2 blockers in front. Cappelletti is inside the 10-yard line. Chargers take their last timeout. Lucius Sanford made the tackle.
And with 3 points, I'm sure they'd be happy in this situation.
First down, goal to go, 10-yard line. The crowd sellout, standing here in San Diego. Bounce looping in, it is incomplete. Going to John Jefferson just in the corner of the end zone. Throwing it high enough to avoid an interception.
That's right. He was throwing the ball so that if Jefferson was unable to come up with the football, Buffalo would not get it. It would go out of the end zone. He knows that he must come away with some points in this situation. You can see right there, he's getting a little pressure, and he has to get rid of the ball. It's high and far, but there were defenders there, and he did not want to throw it short. If it's short, it's intercepted.
The play took 5 seconds. 21 to go. First half. Second down, goal to go. In the pattern. Same thing, opposite corner. It is intercepted. No, coming down out of bounds. Number 29, Mario Clark. An interceptor, just like a receiver, has to have both feet in bounds. He does not. Chargers still have it.
Once again, he's going into the end zone. He's looking for his back. He's throwing it high and far enough. If his back doesn't come up with it, hopefully the defense will not either. He's going for Clarence Williams, number 40.
15 seconds remaining. Third down and goal to go. The Chargers are going for the field goal attempt now. They're not waiting. 19-yard line, an attempt of 29 yards. And it is good. Benerska hits from 29 yards out. And it is San Diego 17, Buffalo 12 with 12 seconds remaining.
Maybe some people would...
San Diego 17, Buffalo 12. If he leaves it alone,
he's in trouble.
No, what happens on inside of the 2 minutes of the first half of the second quarter and of the fourth quarter on a kickoff, the clock does not start until the ball has been legally touched in the field of play. So it was touched in the end zone. They still have 12 seconds on the clock. That's the reason the clock is not moved.
I thought you meant if they left it alone in the end zone and the Chargers fell on it at 6 points.
No, once they got to that, once they got to that situation, let it get in the end zone and take the touchback and bring it out to their own 20-yard line.
San Diego got a good bounce on that situation. Squib kick.
And also we had a flag back at the 40-yard line. And San Diego will be re-kicking.
They'll do the same thing, I'm sure. Bruniska will probably try the same type of kick. Sometimes that can backfire on you. And what Buffalo should do is they should get somebody up in that wedge that can run with the football instead of one of those big linemen.
But I'm wondering why they do not refuse the penalty. They have 12 seconds. They have 3 timeouts. They'd have the ball on their own 20.
They figure they're going to get a lot better field position.
But also the clock is going to move against them. That's what I was thinking.
Well, they had 80 yards to go for a score. And I'm sure they're hoping to get in a little better field position. And they're doing it. They're bringing some people up front up there. Cribbs, number 20, is up in the area looking for the squib kick.
We mentioned at the end of the first quarter that San Diego had possession about 3 minutes longer than Buffalo in the first period. Well, it's been turned around. The Bills have had possession almost 4 minutes longer than San Diego in the second quarter. What
Benirska should do now is kick it deep, because the wedge people are not big people.
The ball is taken to the 27-yard line. The clock is moving. That is Roland Hooks on the return. The clock counts down to 5 seconds. So they were
on Jesse also, and they're putting both of them on the same side. All 3 of them, that's right. Put all 3 people out here. They'll throw that ball up and hope that one of the 3 of the Buffalo Bills can come up with it.
Cribbs, Butler, and Jesse all on the right side. And that's exactly what he's doing. And it is almost intercepted as Pete Shaw was just sitting there. The San Diego 35-yard line.
The punt and got 6 points and put them right back in the thick of this game.
All right, let's take a look at the San Diego touchdowns. The first one from Dan Fouts.
59, that's not nearly enough, because that means if you're not running with the football, you're going to have to throw it. When he's gone back to throw, the San Diego Chargers put a lot of pressure on him. As I said, they sacked him 4 times.
Rolf Benirska kicks off. We're underway with the second half from San Diego Stadium. The ball taken at the 8-yard line by Curtis Brown. No, that's Terry Miller, number 40 on the return. And so Buffalo will go to work. They trail 17-12 as we open the second half. Joe Ferguson's the quarterback, and he'll be going with Joe Cribbs and Curtis Brown as the 2 running backs. Jerry Butler, Frank Lewis, but we've seen a lot of it's Ron Jesse who's going to be in there for Frank Lewis at the other wide receiver. Ruben Gantz, the tight end. An offensive line of Ken Jones, Reggie McKenzie, Will Grant, Conrad Dobler, and Joe Devlin. Cribbs to the right side. He moves to the 28-yard line where Pete Shaw makes the tackle. The Charger defense, Leroy Jones, Louis Kelcher, Gary Johnson, Fred Dean. That's the way that they started, although we've seen John Lee and Wilbur Young also in there. Jim Lasovic, Bob Horn, and Woodrow Lowe, the linebackers, with Willie Buchanan and Mike Williams on the corners. Pete Shaw and Glenn Edwards at the safeties. Second down and 5. Curtis Brown. 31-yard line, so it'll be third down after a gain of 3 and still a couple of yards to go.
This reminds me of the first quarter when they started out, picked up about 5 yards on the first down and about 3 on the next. Louis Kelcher, number 74. Conrad Dobler is the guard who has to try to turn him out. You can see just how strong Louis Kelcher is. There's no way to turn him some way that he doesn't want to go.
Roosevelt Leaks comes in. Roland Hooks comes in. Third down and 2. Good defensive play as Cribbs is cut down by number 74, Louis Kelcher.
I said he was strong. Now you're going to see just how quick he is. Number 74, Louis Kelcher, beats his man. Conrad Dobler is going down, and he fires through there and makes a tackle and stops the first down. Really quick for a big man.
So it'll be fourth down and still a couple. Greg Cater will be kicking. Mike Fuller is set for the return. Warm, sunny Sunday afternoon in San Diego. The temperature now in the mid-70s. Ball is blocked by number 29, Mike Williams. And the Chargers have the football. Bob Horn came up with it, but Mike Williams with the block.
possession for the Chargers.
First down, San Diego. Fouts goes right to the air. Throws to the end zone. It is knocked away. Good defensive play. Jefferson intended receiver Mario Clark and Steve Freeman had the coverage. It'll be second down and 10 at the Buffalo 25.
He's trying to thread the needle, trying to get up between about 3 of those defensive backs. 42 is Cush getting up in the air. 29 is Clark. 26 is Romes. They're all 3 back there. And Dan Fouts just tried to pinpoint. At that time, he didn't get it done.
San Diego's touchdown drives have been 44 and 29 yards. Now from the 25-yard line, second and 10 as Muncie is in. And Chuck picks up about 4 yards. Let's see where the officials spot the ball. They may give him only 3. Let's mark it at the 22-yard line, so it is third down and 7. And coming up limping is number 88, Greg McCrary, the tight end. Charlie Joyner, John Jefferson, normally the wide receivers with Shields, Wilkerson, Masick, White, and Washington. Across that offensive line, Ben Williams, Fred Smerlich, Sherman White, the defensive front 3. Third down and 7. Fouts throws, pass is complete. It'll be a first down. Lucius Sanford brought down John Jefferson. Fouts had time, but he looked like he was getting a little antsy, Lynn.
He saw a back out in the flat, but he knew that he didn't think the back would pick up the first down, so then he started looking downfield. But credit this offensive line of giving him a lot of protection. There you can see big Russ Washington hand-fighting Williams over there. Now he's outside of the pocket and fires it downfield to Jefferson. When you have that much time to locate a receiver, and the receiver has an opportunity to move back between those linebackers, most of the time you're going to complete it.
A gain of 9 on the play to the 13-yard line, first down. Jefferson, 6 receptions, as you saw, 66 yards. Sherman White was there for the defense. Capoletti had the football.
Not much there. They're trying to go ahead, and Capoletti trying to cut back against the grain, but White made a good play and came up with a stop, picked up maybe a yard.
Mark it at the 12, second and 9.
And what type of situation for Fouts once again? Throw the ball.
2 head coaches. You saw Don Coryell.
That's Tom Catlin right there to the left in the picture right now. He is the defensive coordinator for Buffalo. Done an outstanding job.
Second and 9. Fouts has pressure, a wobbly pass, and he flew behind Jefferson. But Fouts was in trouble as he had pressure. Romes had the coverage.
Jim Haslett, the linebacker, was putting a lot of pressure on Fouts, and he knew he had to get rid of the football. He threw it one way, his receiver was going the other, and he still almost turned it around and came up with a great catch.
So it's third down and 9 at the Buffalo 12. We're 4.5 minutes into the third quarter. Jefferson goes to the right side. Joyner to the left side. Winslow is the tight end on the right side. Third and 9. 3 receivers out. This one is fired, and it is incomplete at the 40-yard line to Jefferson. Mario Clark had the cover.
And you can see Chuck Knox, the head coach of Buffalo, is agreeing that there should not be a yellow flag thrown, but some of the folks here at San Diego Stadium thought that perhaps they should have thrown the flag. Call pass interference.
So Rolf Benirschke comes in. Mike Fuller will be holding. Rolf is 1 for 1 from the 29-yard line, from 29 yards away. Nick Mickemeyer for Buffalo has hit twice from 48 and 29. This is from the 20, 30-yard field goal attempt. It is no good. So Benirschke misses from 30 yards away. 10:27 left to go. We're in the third. Holding San Diego to no more points.
I think they could possibly look back at that situation and say that was the turning point in this football game because they didn't get any points.
All right, now let's see what Buffalo can do from their own 20-yard line. Joe Cribbs gets the call. And a couple of yards to the 22, and you can tell from the reaction of the crowd whenever Louis Kelcher makes a tackle. You might think that it's boo, but it's not. It's Louis, Louis, Louis.
Well, the second half, he has really been outstanding in the the short time that Buffalo's had the football. He's come up with 3 tackles.
Ron Jesse is wide to the near side. Butler to the far side. 2nd down and 8 Buffalo. Their own 22-yard line. Ferguson dumps it off, and it is dropped by Curtis Brown and then almost intercepted by Woodrow Lowe.
Well, I tell you, it's when Louis Kelcher wants to come, it's really tough, and you have to be wise like Dobler, 69, the guard, to do something about it. You got to keep changing up. Now here he's going for the legs. He's cutting him. Sometimes that work. It worked that time, but for Dobler, 69, he's a bright guard. He knows that he can't stand up against Louis Kelcher all day long and expect to keep him out of there. He's got to be like a baseball pitcher. You got to keep changing up.
We'll see the shotgun as Roland hooks in Lou Picone are in the offensive set. 3rd down and 8. Butler and Picone are wide to the near side. Ferguson with pressure. The officials say it's a fumble. There's a scramble for the ball, and Buffalo recovers it. The referee, Bob McElwee, did not signal that he had thrown the forward pass. The wrist must be moving forward.
And you can tell he almost had his arm taken off because his arm is going forward. The pressure, I said, the running game has to go or else you're in trouble. Big Wilbur Young coming in. You can see his arm was going forward.
But without the football.
He's just fortunate that he did not get injured on that play.
A loss of 11 on the play. It will be 4th down and 19. Cater to kick. And Fuller is set for the return. Pressure, but he gets it out. Fuller at the 47-yard line of Buffalo. He returns it to the 39-yard line. An 8-yard return. It's 2nd and 1, and Cappelletti then picks up the 1st down. As you saw, Lucius Sanford and Shane Nelson make the tackle.
Last time that Chargers had the football, they had an excellent opportunity to get some points. They did not come away with any points. It was a big break for the Buffalo Bills. But once again, right now, they're in field goal territory. 1st down.
Buffalo, 27-yard line, 7:25, time remaining, 3rd quarter. San Diego leading by 5. Fouts has pressure, but he dumps it off to Cappelletti. Cappelletti out of bounds, just inside the 20-yard line. Let's mark it the 19. It'll go for a gain of 8. It'll be 2nd down and a couple as Shane Nelson and Charles Romes were there for the Bills.
Cox was looking downfield. He was hoping to go for the home run. As you can see him right there looking. They're covered, so he's taught, all right, get the ball out to somebody in the flat, which is Cappelletti, the running back. Let somebody make a tackle on him. They come up with 8 yards, which is an excellent play. It's 2nd and 2 right now, and Fouts could call just about anything that he would like to. Run or pass.
Duck Muncy comes in, he and Cappelletti, the running back. And it's a running formation. And it's Muncy with Cappelletti, lead block. Good defensive play by the Bills. The line of scrimmage was the 19-yard line. Maybe a half yard, and that is all as Lucius Sanford and Ben Williams were there for Buffalo.
It looked like Muncy hesitated for a moment as to what direction he was going. He should have made up his mind and just taken off upfield. I think he would have made the 1st down, but he decided to go a little wider. By that time, Sanford 57, and Williams 77 came up to make a good stop.
Muncy comes out, Clarence Williams comes in, 3rd down and 2. It was no gain. 19-yard line. Fouts drops it off. Williams has the 1st down inside the 10. Flag is down.
They're going to get Charlie Joyner for clipping, I'm sure, and it's going to come back.
Charles Romes made the defensive tackle, but the flag came down.
2 yards is all they need. They're just looking out in the flat to the back. The back is out there. Number 40, Williams, makes the catch upfield. 18 is Charlie Joyner. I think that right there is what you're going to get called for clipping.
Officials holding a conference right now. You had applause from the Buffalo Bills fan. You had a preliminary signal and then applause from the San Diego fans. And so now the officials have to work it out.
It's on the 7.5, right? Almost the 8, so we're going to just shy of the 4. Defense. 3 3/4. 26 on the defense during the run.
Illegal use of hands against Charles Roan. So it is first down and goal to go at the 4-yard line. Hank Bauer came into the offensive set, and now he comes back out. He is a designated, at least the last 2 years, a designated touchdown scorer in this situation. Last year he scored 8. The year before he scored 9. But he is pulled out here. First down, goal to go, 4-yard line.
Pass.
Bounce wants to throw, drills it, it is tipped, incomplete. Kellen Winslow, the intended receiver, and Mario Clark had great coverage on him. Now Clark is 6'2", and Winslow is 6'5 and a half.
Bounces once again. This is a secondary receiver. He was looking for the back out in the flat, and he really drilled the ball, but it was excellent coverage by Clark.
Second and goal, 4-yard line. 6:23 time remaining, third quarter. San Diego leading 17-12. Williams down. Into the end zone, touchdown. Clarence Williams is second of the year. A 39-yard drive in 7 plays. And it's San Diego 23, Buffalo 12.
To get into the end zone.
Ralph Benerska with the point after. Out of Fuller's hold, and it is good. It is San Diego 24, Buffalo 12. We have 6 minutes and 9. Hooks watches it go through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 20-yard line. So Buffalo on offense from their own 20-yard line, first down. They trail by 12 with 6:12 left to go in the third.
And they have yet to do anything in the second half. And that's what's happening to Buffalo right now. They're getting barbecued. They've yet to come up with a first down offensively. And they put that defense in a bad situation twice already in the second half. Once they were fortunate. San Diego did not get any points. They were not as fortunate the last time they came away with 7.
And they had an all-night Buffalo barbecue here in the parking lot. And 5,000 fans spent the night partying and discoing. First down Buffalo, their own 20-yard line. Ferguson play action on first down to Cribb. And Bob Horn was there. Good defensive play by the middle linebacker from Oregon State.
I'll say it was a good play. Ferguson, that was an outlet for Joe Ferguson. He was looking downfield to go to his wide receiver. The wide receiver was not open, and he's been sacked 5 times already in this ball game, 4 times in the first half. He knew he had to.
Louis Kelcher defensively. Roosevelt Leaks replaces Curtis Brown offensively. Second and 16. The draw. Leaks to the 20-yard line. He gets the 6 yards back. It will be third down and 10.
Once again, they're in a tough situation because they're in a passing situation right now.
They'll go to the shotgun.
And they have had very time. It's tough.
Again, for those who joined us late, the advantage of throwing from the shotgun.
Well, you get the ball much quicker, and you're able to survey the defense for a longer period of time. If you get from the center 7 yards deep, it's going to take you 1.3 to 1.4 seconds. This ball is going to get back there in less than a half a second.
Ferguson scrambling, then throwing, and it is incomplete. Going to Butler. It will be fourth down 10, and listen to the ovation for the San Diego defense.
Charger fever, because these people are really fired up here. That defensive line really put the heat on Joe Ferguson. He was just trying to get rid of the football, so he was avoiding about a 10 or 12-yard loss.
Greg Cater has a 36-yard average in the game, 35.2 on the year. Mike Fuller set for the return. The wind is not a factor. He sails a beauty. Fuller at the 30-yard line. Has 5 on the return. Give him 10 yards on the return to the 40-yard line where San Diego will move on offense. That was a 50-yard punt by Greg Cater. We've got a timeout.
Particularly on this first down situation to put him in a passing situation.
4:24 time remaining, third quarter. Williams. And he has 3 yards to the 43, so it will be 2nd and 7. Isaiah Robertson and Sherman White make the tackle. Now let's check the scoreboard. Third quarter, Kansas City way out in front of Oakland. 49ers are coming back, making it close in the third. Dallas in front of the Giants, 70-0 in the third. 2nd down and 7. Fouts will be throwing. Drops it off to Capoletti. Slips 1 tackle. Flag is down. Capoletti goes out of bounds, chased by Lucius Sanford. Now, the reason that Buffalo must stop them now, you say third quarter, there's a lot of time remaining. San Diego can use up time on the drive, then even if they do not have any points, they can kick, and once again, Buffalo has no field position. Preliminary signal will pick up the official's call the second time that he gives it, as always. This one going against San Diego for illegal use of the hands.
I'm going to the previous spot.
Now let's listen.
So I'm coming up here. I'm going 10 yards from here. I'll be 2 yards from the line. Your number, Ray? 67. Illegal use of the hands on the offense. Number 67. 2nd down.
The 33-yard line, a 10-yard penalty. It'll be 2nd down, 17. Bounces pass is knocked away, almost intercepted. Lucius Sanford looked like a receiver, didn't he?
Look what I found. He threw his arms up just at the right time, and it hit him. They had a man in motion, trying to create some disturbances back there in the secondary. Right here, 57 had no idea that the football was coming that way. I think he was just trying.
Smith, Kellen Winslow, and John Jefferson are all in as receivers. 5 men in the secondary as Rufus Best has joined the normal 4-man set. Pass is dropped, but there was excellent coverage. Jefferson, intended receiver. Isaiah Robertson was there.
That time Buffalo went with 4 down linemen, putting some pressure on Fouts. Number 58, Isaiah Robinson, the right side linebacker, makes an excellent play. He's made a couple of real good plays in this ball game. Right here, just the last instant, gets a hand on the football. He did it in the first half also.
And so the Buffalo defense has done what they had to do. Rick Partridge will be kicking to Joe Cribbs. Cribbs could give them excellent field position.
The biggest play they've had has been a block punt. They are all lined up down there. We'll go after it.
Cribbs takes it at the 25-yard line. Has 5-6 yards on the return. The coverage for the Chargers excellent. Buffalo has the football. They do not have good field position. They're on their own 31-yard line with a penalty. Now it's up to their offense.
The offense has done nothing in the second half. Did very little in the first half. They expect to win this game. They've got to get on track.
Ferguson has completed only 7 of 17 for 78 yards. Wants a screen. Comeback screen left side to Curtis Brown. After faking the screen right side, and it'll still lose about 3 yards.
And look who's over there. 74, Louis Kelcher. Also Fred Dean, number 71. One way to take the heat off the quarterback is try draws and screens. That time it didn't work. They lost about 3.
Louis Kelcher comes out. Wilbur Young comes in. We mentioned the first half. Kelcher bothered by a muscle pull in his leg, so he's being spelled by Wilbur Young.
Louis doesn't look like he's being bothered too much with anything.
He really doesn't. Second back through is Cribbs. And Joe goes to the 31. There's a flag down. He gets the 3 yards back that they lost, but now let's check out the marker. Illegal use of the hands on Jerry Butler.
That's a no-no,
3rd and 10 or 2nd and 22. You're going to take the penalty. All right. I got to have his number. You got the number? All right. Now, where's the spot of his foul? Does you have a run or a forward pass?
You got to run.
You got to run?
You gotta run.
Where's Where's the spot of his foul?
Line of scrimmage, you had the foul, so...
Oh, you want to decline?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You're declining. You're declining? All right. Holding. Offense. Number 80. Decline. Third down.
So it's third down and 10.
Didn't he accept that penalty?
He did.
I thought he did.
Can you change your mind like that?
Yeah, he did. I just heard him. I think I just heard him.
Well, if you're that big, of course you can change your mind.
That situation, Butler, that was a draw play. There's no reason. He should just take off and fly down the field and take a defensive back with him.
So it's third and 10, and we'll have the shotgun formation as Lou Picone comes in along with Roland Hooks. Ron Jesse moves outside as a wide receiver near side. Ferguson over the middle, and it is dropped by Jerry Butler. So it will be fourth down and 10 as the Charger defense has completely shut down the offense of the Buffalo Bills in the second half.
Chargers digging in to put some pressure on him, and your timing is off just a hair, and that's what happened on that one.
Greg Cater will be kicking his fifth punt of the ball game, and Mike Fuller is set for the return. 38-yard line. He has hit the ball. Is loose. Buffalo is scrambling for it. And the Bills come up with the football.
This ball almost went back. Almost came up with for a touchdown because 42, the defensive back,
Rod Cush,
almost came up with the ball in the air. Had he done that, he might have been right into the end zone. So far, the two biggest plays for Buffalo occurred with the special teams.
So Buffalo has the ball on the San Diego 34-yard line, first down. They have the break and they capitalize on it. Cribbs has 3 yards to the 31. It'll be second down 7, and Louis Kelcher makes the tackle.
You can see from that I formation, those linebackers, they were anticipating the run on that first down. They were really up in that line of scrimmage, almost like a 7-man line. What that means, it means it's very difficult to run it.
1 minute, 51 seconds, time remaining, third quarter. Chargers lead by 12, 24-12. Buffalo second and 7. Ferguson rolls right. Pass is dropped by Curtis Brown. He hit him right in the hand. So it will be third down and 7 at the Charger 31-yard line.
Ferguson is moving now, trying to move that pocket, trying to take some of the heat off of him, running away from number 71, Fred Dean. He has really been putting a lot of pressure on him.
Now let's update that Rams 49ers score. Fourth quarter, Rams now lead by 21 points, 41-20. Third down and 7. Ferguson has completed only 8 of 20 passes for 75 yards.
And he's hurrying his skills now, too. He doesn't have the confidence in that offensive line to give him the protection.
Third and 7 from the shotgun. Little shovel pass underneath to Cribbs. Cribbs has the first down. And he goes out of bounds at the 19-yard line. And a gain of 12 in the play and a first down.
And Cribbs is slowly getting up. It could be a cramp. But here's they call this a little shuttle pass underneath to number 20 Cribbs. It's kind of like a trap play. And his quickness gets the first down. He jumps in and then he goes outside. Good enough for a first down and a first good play right now in the second half for the Buffalo Bills offense. But he grabs his leg right there.
San Diego 19-yard line, first down. We're in the final minute of play of the third quarter. Brown in motion to the outside. Play action. Wants to go to the end zone. Runs out of time and has to throw it underneath the coverage. It's incomplete.
Earl there massaging his legs, and I think what happened with Joe is number 20 Cribbs, that he's got, I think, a cramp in the leg.
Ferguson now has completed 9 of 22 for 87 yards. He's been sacked officially 4 times in the ball game. Ferguson to throw, 4 on the pattern. Knocked away. Another good defensive play. This one by Jim Laslovic. Boy, the coverage of the Chargers, they've been all over the receivers of the Buffalo Bills.
Ferguson's been looking downfield for his wide receivers. They've been covered. Then he's gone to his backs underneath. But the Chargers have been doing an outstanding job of getting into the coverage and knocking balls down. 54 Laslovic right here makes an outstanding play. You notice his left hand does not touch number 40, Terry Miller. Otherwise, if the left hand had gone over the shoulder, it would have been pass interference.
3rd down and 10. Chargers with 5 men in the secondary. Buffalo has converted only 4 of 13 third down situations. They convert this one to the 10-yard line. It'll be close to the first down. Jerry Butler on the receiving end, and Pete Shaw made the tackle. They mark it short of the 10, so it may not be a first down.
Shotgun formation, a little better protection this time. And this is the secondary receiver. It's a low throw, but it's caught. A good catch by number 80, Jerry Butler. It's going to come up with about a half a yard short of the first down.
It'll be 4th down and about a half a yard, just outside the 10-yard line. Time is running down in the 4th quarter. In the 3rd quarter with the 4th to go. There it is, the gun sound. 3 are in the books with 1 to go. As Buffalo threatens, the score is San Diego had the football 2 seconds more than San Diego, 7:01 to 6:59. Frank Lewis, who you may be wondering why he has not been playing, he has bruised ribs and has been replaced by Ron Jesse. Also, Jeff Nixon is out with a knee injury that he suffered earlier in the ball game. Half a yard to go. 4th down. 10-yard line. Should be there. It'll be close. You get signals both ways from the players. They will mark the forward progress. And it is the forward progress of the football, not of Joe Cribbs, but where the ball was when he was stopped. Officials timeout. We'll have a measurement.
You notice what side they went.
The Chargers have held and take over on down. When they write the story of this ball game, they will headline it the San Diego defense. We'll be back in a moment as San Diego leads by the Buffalo Bills to 1 first down in the second half. It is the 3rd quarter and change. John Cappelletti from the 10 to the 18-yard line. A gain of 8. It'll be 2nd down and a pair as Jim Haslett and Shane Nelson make the tackle.
Not making that first down on 4th down could take a lot of the wind out of the sails of this Buffalo football team and give a lot of firepower to the San Diego team. There's an excellent play right now. 2nd and 2 right now, and I know what Dan Fouts would like to do. He'd like to keep that ball on the ground and run out some of that clock.
And that's what he does. The clock, the friend of San Diego and the foe of Buffalo. We're moving on the 14-minute mark, time remaining. Cappelletti picks up the first down. Ben Williams, Fritz Merlis, and Shane Nelson were there for the defense. Gain of 4 to the 22. It is 1st down and 10. When we started this morning in the National Football League, there were 3 undefeated teams. The Buffalo Bills, the San Diego Chargers, and Detroit. Detroit lost to Atlanta. So when we started this game, there were 2 undefeated teams remaining. And now, in 13 minutes and 40 seconds, there will be only 1. Cappelletti, right side. 25-yard line, he picks up 3. So it'll be 2nd down 7 as Lucius Sanford makes the tackle. So Cappelletti in 11 carries has picked up 34 yards in the ball game. 35, to be correct.
Charlie, Dan Pastorini situation, we mentioned he was taken off the field with a leg injury. He has a broken tibia bone in his right leg and ligament damage in the right knee.
Oh, boy.
That is bad news. So,
Mike Kadish at nose tackle, replacing Fritz Merlis. 2nd down 7. On the draw, 2nd back through is Clarence Williams. A gain of a couple of the 27-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 5 as Mike Kadish and Ben Williams team up on the tackle.
Ron Smith, another wide receiver coming into the ball game. Capoletti coming out, indicating it's a definite passing situation for the San Diego Chargers.
Chuck Knox, the head coach of the Buffalo Bills. Boy, what a job he has done.
He really has. This ball club has completely turned around from a year ago.
Third down 5. Fouts throws. It is incomplete. Ron Smith, the intended receiver. Charles Romes had the coverage. So it will be 4th down and 5 at the San Diego 27-yard line. And that means that Rick Partridge will come in to kick.
Once again, that Buffalo defense did an excellent job against a very potent offensive team like the San Diego Chargers. Now it's the other side's turn. The offense is going to have to get something going. Coming up in this second half with just 1 first down is not going to get the job done. They've got 10 men on their line of scrimmage. They look like they're going after it. They are.
Rushes on, and he is dumped. Rod Cush, number 42, blocked a punt and recovered a muff football, is the man who got into the kicker.
This is the second time in this ball game. A little high on the snap, but it really wasn't that bad. He just got an excellent jump. Came up with a big tackle.
2 is the man. He was shaken up on the play just a bit. He has blocked a punt that led to the Buffalo Bill touchdown when Lucius Sanford recovered the end zone. He has recovered a muff football, and just now, I don't know, would you say he blocked the man or he blocked the punt? And he has been replacing Jeff Nixon that you saw in NFL 80 who's out with a knee injury. So the Bills have the ball at the San Diego 16-yard line. Cribbs sweep right side, cuts back in, goes to the 11. A gain of 5. It will be 2nd down and 5. Buffalo trails by 12 with 12 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in the game.
They need to get into the end zone. They need a touchdown. That was a good run by Cribbs that time. It's good to see him back in the ball game. It was a cramp that sidelined him for a few plays a short while ago. There you see Jeff Nixon on the sidelines on the bench.
He's out with a knee injury that he suffered in the first half. Cribbs, 16 carries, a total of 60 yards. 2nd down, a little over 5, closer to 6 actually. They give the reverse. Cribbs keeps it. And dives to about the 9-yard line. So he picks up a couple on the play. It'll be 3rd down and still 3 yards to go for the first down as Woodrow Lowe and Mike Williams were there.
You see the guards pulling. Reggie McKenzie, 67. They're faking the reverse here, hoping to stop the pursuit of the linebackers, but it didn't do the job. They were not fooled. Coming up and make the play. Now in a situation right now where they've got 3 yards to go, you have to consider that they have 2 downs to get to 3 yards. They're 12 points down. They need a touchdown.
Roland Hooks comes in. Joe Cribbs comes out. 3rd down 3. It is Hooks, sweep right side. He's fresh, and he is dead at the line of scrimmage. And they have to go for the first down.
I would say they'd have to. They went on 4th down a short while ago. 12 points down. They've got to go for it. But they're in a situation now where I look for them to throw the football.
Now, moments ago, they were at the 10-yard line, 4th down, half a yard. Now they're at the 9-yard line, 4th down and 3. You look for the pass, like you said.
Yes.
Who do you go to?
I would look for a sure thing. Generally, it's going to be a back coming out of that backfield.
Play action. It is caught. Touchdown. Mark Bramer, the tight end. And suddenly it is 24 to 18. The Bills pull within 6, extra points still to come.
This is a bootleg coming across. The tight end's coming all the way from the right to the left side. He was looking for his flanker out in the flat. An excellent throw that time by Joe Ferguson, right where it had to be. By the numbers, low and hard, into the end zone for a touchdown. They had to have that touchdown.
16-yard drive in 4 plays, and Rod Cush is the man who set it up. 10 minutes, 43 seconds left to go in the ball game. David Hum holding. Nick Mickemeyer to attempt the point after. And it is good. So it is 24-19, and let's take another look at the touchdown.
He's moving. He's with the bootleg because there's too much pressure. If he goes straight back in the pocket, he has the option here. If he can run with the football, he probably will. See the back right there. Bang. Good throw.
It's 24-19. We'll be back in a moment. Muncie at the goal line. To the 10, 15. Returns to the 21-yard line. 21 yards on the return by Chuck Muncie. And Scott Hutchinson was there for the Buffalo Bills. So it is San Diego on their own 21-yard line, first down. Just over 10 and a half minutes remaining. It is San Diego 24, Buffalo 19. The margin is 5 points.
I'll tell you what that touchdown did. It changes what San Diego can do. They can't be cozy now and try to coast it out. They're 5 points up, so they can't afford a big mistake because a touchdown puts Buffalo ahead. So they got to revert back to their offense.
And that means Fouts will throw, and he does. Loops this one, it is intercepted. Jim Haslett has the interception. First interception for the Bill defense. The second on the year for Jim Haslett. The 1979 Defensive Rookie of the Year, a number 2 draft choice a year ago. Lynn.
It was a play-action pass, but nobody was fooled. He was going for John Jefferson. The ball was underthrown. A real good interception by 55 Jim Haslett. Now he starts running with the football like he knows what he's doing, and he does it, switching that ball hand to hand. But the most important thing is he held on to it. Excellent field position now for the Buffalo Bills. And once again, it hasn't been really the offense that's done the job. It's been the special teams and the defense.
At the San Diego 21-yard line, the Bills have a first down. 10:22 left to go in the ballgame. Second back through. Terry Miller.
And on to number 40, Terry Miller.
They'll mark it at the 16-yard line, so Miller picks up 5. It'll be second down and 5. Miller has replaced Joe Cribbs. Cribbs has been, for the last 5 or 7 minutes, in and out of the ball game because he came up with a leg cramp. Don Coryell in his defensive stance. Head coach of San Diego, second and 5. Buffalo, their record is 4-0. San Diego, their record is 4-0. Curtis Ray. Louis Kelcher. No gain. Third down and 5.
And on the tackle, number 74, Louis Kelcher.
Now this is a situation which is different than a moment ago. Buffalo could settle for a field goal.
They need to come away with some points right now. I know I was talking about the onside kicker. You asked if they would. I didn't think they would, but in that situation, San Diego was not taking any chances. They had their hands people up there. By that, I mean people who are accustomed to handling the football, the receivers and defensive backs.
Joe Cribbs comes in. He joins Curtis Brown in the offensive set for this man, head coach Chuck Knox. Ferguson, 11 of 25, 105 yards. He's been sacked 4 times. He has not been sacked in the second half. He throws a diving reception at the 7-yard line, and they say yes, it is good. First down to Mark Bramer, who just a moment ago caught the touchdown pass. It'll be first down and goal to go. Mark it at the 8-yard line of San Diego.
You talk about a clutch catch. This is it. Bramer made the catch for the touchdown a short while ago. The ball is thrown real low, and he has to dive to come up with it. And he cradles it inside his arms. A good catch. They have a first down now, about the 8-yard line.
Bramer, the rookie from Michigan State, taken in the 3rd round of the draft. First down, goal to go. Cribbs inside the 5. To about the 3, maybe the 2-yard line. They'll mark it at the 2. So it'll be second down, goal to go. Bob Horn of the Chargers was there.
And Shaw says he has a football and it belongs to him. The men in the striped shirts, they're going to make that decision.
That's an argument Pete's going to lose, isn't it?
It's a second down. I really like the way Cribbs really went in there when he made his mind up to where he was going to cut and move. He really accelerated.
It is the 3-yard line. Second down, goal to go. Tight end, Mark Bramer. No, you pitch to Cribbs. Cribbs right side. Can he get in? He does. Joe Cribbs his 7th touchdown of the year. And this one was set up by Jim Haslett's interception. A 21-yard drive in 5 plays. And Buffalo is on top 25-24. Extra points still to come, 7:28 remaining.
Excellent block by 48. Roosevelt Leaks, the fullback, enabling him to jump outside and find that seam to get into the end zone. But it was also an outstanding run by number 20, Cribbs. Now, how do things change in a short while? This ball game is long from over. 7:28 remaining in this football game.
Mickemeyer. Extra point attempt. David Humm to hold. And it is good. So it is Buffalo 26 and San Diego 24 with 7:28 left to go here at San Diego Stadium between the undefeated. We'll be back. Nick Mickemeyer, the kickoff. At the 5-yard line, this is Chuck Muncie on the return. And Muncie is up and out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
I've mentioned that Dan Pastorini had a broken tibia bone in his right leg and ligament damage. Now they say it's a cracked tibia bone, but regardless of which it is, he's in bad shape right now.
Hank Bauer is in motion. All alone is Jefferson. First down, 44-yard line. 19 yards on the play. Rod Cush makes the tackle. Somebody missed a coverage. J.J. did not have a defender within 8 yards.
Made it look so easy. Number 37, Hank Bauer, took about 2 people out with him in the flat. And there's a big seam there, a big hole. A good throw by Fouts. 83 Jefferson is there. It's a first down, and they're moving.
San Diego at their own 44-yard line, 6:45, time remaining. Winslow in motion, stays to block. Fouts dumps it off. It's to Clarence Williams. Williams to about the 47-yard line. He'll pick up 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. And Jim Haslett, who had the interception that sent up the Buffalo Bills touchdown, makes the tackle.
It's a good play by Haslett because they had 2 offensive linemen out there trying to form a screen. Ed White, the guard, Don Masick, the center.
2nd down and 7. San Diego at their own 47-yard line. Moving on the 6-minute mark, time remaining. Muncie. Muncie breaking tackle. Muncie has the first down. 44-yard line of Buffalo. Charles Romes makes the tackle. San Diego is on the move. Now let's move to New York and Bryant Gumbel. 4-yard line of Buffalo. Muncie. Give him a yard to the 43. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Shane Nelson makes the tackle.
Really see Muncie, how difficult he is to bring down. On that, in the last play before that one, he was really nailed by Haslett, 55, but he broke that tackle somehow.
And again, we mentioned it at halftime. I'm surprised as much as Chuck Muncie has been playing.
But he hasn't run that many different types of plays. They've just been going sideways to the left and to the right.
But he does it so well. 2nd and 9. Fouts to throw. Over the middle, drops it in. Pass is complete to Winslow. Fumble following the end of the play. Had it been blown dead. They say no. Buffalo has the football. At the 17-yard line.
Fouts going back to pass. Winslow is wide open. He gets the ball. It's a first down. And the ball is coughed up. Another big play. Right there you see Clark, number 29, making the hit. The ball bounces loose. And look who comes up with it.
Rod Cush.
42, Rod Cush. He's done just about everything.
And look at Fouts' reaction. Harry Coyle, our director, Mike Weissman, our producer. Let's save that one because that will become could well become the controversial play. Was it a fumble or was he down? We'll take another look at it after this. 4:38 remaining. Buffalo has the ball on their own 17-yard line. Rod Cush, a fumble recovery, 2-block punch, and he also recovered him up. A gain of 4 yards to the 21-yard line by Joe Cribbs. Now let's go back to that last fumble. Winslow has possession here. Lynn, take it from where he gets hit.
He has the ball right now. He has possession. Now he's being hit, and the ball is being jarred loose. You see the ball right there. So he did not have possession when he hit the ground.
That means it is a good call by the officials. It is a fumble and an excellent play by Rod Cush.
He is all over the field today, isn't he?
He really is. Second down and 6. 4 minutes left to go. Buffalo on top by 2, 26-24. Cribb.
Number 20, Joe Cribb, the ball carrier.
26-yard line. He picks up 5. It'll be 3rd down and 1. Pete Shaw makes the tackle.
Pete Shaw.
Boy, he gets an extra couple of yards every time he carries the ball, doesn't he?
You notice when he gets a hold of the football that he is getting a hold of the football. I'm sure he's being told out there, make sure you don't fumble that football, because what San Diego has to do with less than 3/3 remaining in this football game is try to create a turnover.
2 tight ends, Reuben Gant, Mark Bramer. 3rd down and 1. First down to the 29-yard line. 3 minutes left to go in the game. Let's go to New York and Bryant Gumbel. Thank you for the update, Bryant. Here we have Buffalo with the football on their own 29-yard line. First down. They trailed going into the 4th quarter, 24-12. They now lead 26-24. 2 minutes and 25 seconds, and the clock is moving. Time remaining in the game. Joe Cribb, 32-yard line. He picks up 3, so it'll be 2nd down and 7 as Gary Johnson and Fred Dean were there.
And you take a look at the clock. What Buffalo's going to do is let it run down to the 2-minute warning.
Tackle by number 71, Fred Dean.
But San Diego does not want that to happen. They take a timeout here, which means they have 2 timeouts remaining, which also means that Buffalo's next play will only consume 13 seconds from the Houston Astros. Okay, let's get back to football. 2nd down and 7, Buffalo, their own 32-yard line. Ferguson. Pass is complete to Roosevelt Leaks, and Leaks has the first down at the 43-yard line. A gain of 11 yards on the play and a first down, and the clock for the Buffalo Bills. Their defense and special teams. This is what's happened. Jim Haslett has an interception. Sherman White has a fumble recovery. Rod Cush, he has everything. 2 block punts, a fumble recovery, and a muff recovery. That's 6 turnovers. And number 42, Rod Cush, is not a starter. He replaced Jeff Nixon, who's out with a knee injury. And what a ball game he has had. Personally, 4 turnovers.
And he got banged up in the ball game, and he has to play. That's why you see him loosening up on the sideline.
First down, Buffalo, their own 43-yard line. 2 minutes remaining. Ferguson throws the sideline pass. It is pulled down by Jerry Butler. He did not get out of bounds. Clock continues to move. They'll mark it at the 48-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 5 after a gain of 5. And then the Chargers stop the clock. They have 1 timeout remaining.
That showed me a little something about the Buffalo Bills. On first down, they came out throwing that football on a quick out pattern, one in which you better zip that ball out there and be on target, because Buchanan, Willie Buchanan, number 28, was out there. If it had been a bad throw, he could have picked it off.
Jackie Simpson, defensive coordinator, talking with the head coach, Don Coryell. Did you see what Joe Ferguson did when he went to the official? He had that one finger. He wanted to make sure they have 1 timeout, right? 1 timeout, because we're keeping count. 2nd down and 5 when play resumes. 1 minute and 51 seconds away for Buffalo or San Diego to be the only undefeated team in the National Football League.
I expect Buffalo to keep the ball on the ground this time. If they pick up a first down, that it's really in their favor. Even if they don't, it might mean that San Diego would have to utilize one of their timeouts. But in any case, if they don't call a timeout, then you'll see Ferguson utilizing all of that 30-second clock that he possibly can.
Ferguson has completed 14 of 28 for 129 yards. Jerry Butler has 3 receptions for 43 yards.
But the big man is number 86, their tight end, Mark Bramer. He came up with a touchdown catch and a real fine diving catch. Enabled him to get a first down and eventually go into the touchdown.
Ralph Benerska, he wants 1 more chance. 2nd down and 5. Cribbs turns the corner. It'll be close to the first down. And he turns the corner. It's just like he shifts gears.
He really turned upfield, didn't he?
He has the first down. Willie Buchanan makes the tackle.
San Diego is in trouble.
And they take their last timeout. Now we have a timeout here, so for an update on what's been going on in the NFL, let's go to New York and Bryant Gumbel.
Okay.
Thank you, Brian, for the baseball update. 1:36 left to go. First down, Buffalo on the San Diego 47-yard line. Chargers with no timeouts remaining. And all the Bills have to do is keep it on the ground and not fumble the football. And they can use up the clock. Bob Horn meets Roland Hook at the 44-yard line. Woodrow Lowe came up with the football, but the play had been blown down.
And you could see that Hooks had both arms around that football when he was going upfield, because the important thing is not so much the yardage now. The important thing is to hang on to the football. 1:10 and counting down. It is second down now. They could run out that clock.
Joe Cribbs, 87 yards and 23 carries. And so all the Buffalo Bills have to do is to avoid a fumble.
And what they'll do is Ferguson will fall on the ball. You see they're hovering around him, making sure of the fumble. Way back behind him is Ron Jessup.
He'll just fall on it. That's all they need to do. Now let's check some other finals as time runs out here in San Diego. Pittsburgh over Minnesota. Seattle defeats Houston. Baltimore wins over Miami. New England over the Jets. Denver edges Cleveland. Atlanta. Philadelphia over Washington. St. Louis defeats New Orleans. Green Bay upsets Cincinnati.
You can see back there Ron Jesse is back there just for the purpose of if something goes wrong, he's there to make the tackle.
And that is it. And then there was one. Only the Buffalo Bills are undefeated in the National Football League. The final score is Buffalo 26 and San Diego 24.
When we at Craco build a car stereo, we never know who's going to be in the driver's seat.
Chargers 26-24. Immediately following these messages, stay tuned for Disney's Wonderful World over most of these stations, except for most Pacific and Mountain time zones, where it will be seen at its regular time. So long, everybody.